Hey everyone, it's me. I wanted to talk about that I had an experience with recently because I think my experience can really help someone else going through the same thing or someone who will go through the same thing that I went through recently. I want to talk about what it's like to face your rapist for the first time um, after your assault takes place, whether in I'm just going to say mine actually happened in court. And it was not a situation I thought I would ever face because when I was assaulted at the age of 19, I did not tell, I did not report, I didn't talk about it. I did mention it 10 years later to someone that knew the individual who raped me. And I was informed at that time that he had gone on a year after my rape to rape someone else, in which he was convicted and served time in prison. So in Washington State, you're only, they only have a 20-year statute of limitations. And I didn't report my rape until last November. So it had been 29 years after the fact. So this was not, the reason I reported is because I wanted to make sure that my rape was documented. So if he were to go on to commit another crime, that it would create a substantial increase on any jail time that he would serve. So anyways, I went on to report. It's just the way it was. Also attempted to call this person, and he hung up the phone, and basically that's what happened. And so in January of this year, I received a notice of harassment, and I was served by this company. And what had happened was I had gotten a call, and this guy asked if it was me, and I said yes. And he says, "Hi, my name is so and so. I'm trying to serve you." And I was like, "What are you trying to serve me? Dinner?" And he said, "No, I have legal documentation for you." And I went and picked it up the next day, and I saw my rapist's name on the top of the document, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" And it said notice of harassment, and so this was January 13th, and that the court date was going to be 10 days later in Washington State on January 23rd of this year. And I said, "Oh my God, my rapist is filing a notice of harassment against me. That means he's the plaintiff and I'm the defendant." And it's not something you'd ever imagine in your whole life. When you put something to rest and you accept the fact that you won't ever see your rapist in court, and you're faced with this, with this, your mind goes a million miles a minute. So within 24 hours, I had gotten an attorney in Washington State, and I had also gone on, I don't know if it was Travelocity or Expedia, but then I had to get a flight. I had to get a rental car and hotels and things like that. And so I literally could not sleep. I had never thought I would be facing my rapist in court, especially under these circumstances. Never in a million years. So I literally could not sleep. So I was calling the VA. I'm like, I need something to sleep so I can go to court. And. So anyways, I got there. I think it was Thursday. I flew out, which was just within a number of days. No, maybe I flew out on Monday. Got to Washington, stayed in a certain little town there, and was there for a couple of days before I had to go to court. And this was going to be the first time I saw this person in so many years. And I had my attorney and a victim's advocate, and lo and behold, we showed up, walked down the stairs in the courthouse, and my rapist's attorney was at the bottom of the stairs. It was a woman. And we walked to the other end of the hallway. It was like in a basement area. And my attorney said, "He's here," and okay. And then he said his wife is here, and okay. And so we went into the courtroom, and he was on the table on the left, I was on the right, and they had additional security, which I had requested. And I heard him state that he was afraid of me, that he felt threatened by me. He had stepped down from a position where he had served a certain role within the certain organization, that him and his wife now are shut-ins. His wife is afraid of me. I did this and this and that, and he hasn't slept or ate since I had notified him 2 months previously, or a month previously, sorry about that. And I heard my rapist become a victim, and he tried to turn the tables on me, and I just sat in court, and my attorney stated he had raped me, and his attorney objected during the opening statements. And then when I was given my opportunity to speak, I said that I had been raped by this person, and he was a serial rapist and violent sexual offender. And again, his attorney tried to object, and the judge denied her the opportunity to object again. Went through all of that, and in the end, the judge basically dismissed the notice of harassment because he says when someone is a victim of a sexual assault, trauma, domestic violence, torture, etc., that the victim always has a desire to seek revenge. And it is not uncommon that someone like myself has suffered from PTSD, anxiety, depression, etc. And he basically dismissed it because the judge also said when she said that she was raped by this individual, neither the individual or the attorney denied my claims. So it was really interesting that I had went through that, and I'm just telling you, the week leading up to the case was it was a series of emotions, but you have terror and you have fear, and you're going to see this person who caused you such incredible pain and turned your life upside down, and he's claiming he's a victim. My thought is this: if you never want someone to come and knock on your door, don't hurt them, don't cause them pain, don't terrorize them, and they won't want to fight back. It's just the way it is. Sorry. So I wanted to talk about that because I faced my rapist in court. It was ultimately one of the scariest things I'd ever faced. But all I know is that when I faced him in court, he was not able to hurt me again. I wasn't surprised by his words. I wasn't surprised that his attorney said, she objected and said my claims were outrageous. I wasn't surprised he tried to turn the tables and blame me. And he said he had no idea why I was calling him. So all I know is that I had to do it. Everyone says, well, why are you doing this? I have to do it because I wanted to tell other survivors or anyone that is going to face their perpetrator in court. They can't hurt you in court. They just can't. They can't put their hands on you again. And the judge will silence them. And that's just the way it is. So I'm just letting you know it was one of the scariest things I've ever been through. But it was not necessary that I went through that because I understand now. I was raped and finally ended up reporting after so long, and then faced my rapist in court. I've been there and I've done it, and I'm just telling you, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing about my reporting. I would never, ever wish what I went through on anyone else. I am letting you know what ended up being a terrifying situation had silenced me for many years, and now I have a voice, and now I use my voice to help other people. So I'm just letting you know that. piece by piece, I'm putting myself back together, but this was part of the puzzle, and I had to do it. So I don't want people to feel sorry for me. And I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just looking to help other people. So that's why I share my videos, my joy, my sorrow, my funny anecdotes and stories and things like that, because I believe that one person can be helped by someone else's voice. And my voice was silenced for many years, and now I am fortunate to have a platform. And whether it helps one person or more people, that's all I'm here for. We suffer so that we can help others who will suffer the same fate as we have suffered. So I'm just here to give a voice to others and hope, and plus help others to understand, those who commit crimes and perpetrate crimes. It's not about you. It's keep your hands to yourself. We shouldn't have to tell people don't rape someone. Just keep your hands to yourself. That's all there is. God gave you two hands. Use them on yourself. Don't just know that your actions affect someone else. It can break them, but it can also make them. I'm that's all there is to it. So I hope this helps. I hope that my words help someone, and that my blue eyeshadow really lightens someone's day. I don't know, I just took a walk. So I hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.